Turning now to From the Farm, our ag reporter Stu Ellis is joining us in studio. Good morning. Well, we missed you last week, and I heard you were at the Illinois FFA Convention.
Thousands of blue jackets were there, very garrulous until I put a microphone in front of them. But one of them, one of those jackets said National FFA President. Now, you met him briefly last November. He was standing right here, just hours after he was chosen. And I caught up with Thad Bergschneider, Morgan County, Illinois native, U of I College of Aces student at the FFA Convention. Great to chat with him. It's been a while since we visited.
Been since the U of I, yeah.
Congratulations on half a year now as being National FFA President.
Yeah, I mean, we're still in the thick of things. Travel season is up and running, but in some ways, you know, we're on the back half of the year. I think I'm 7 months in, so a couple more conventions, Illinois and South Carolina. I'm done with conventions for the year, State Officer Summit, and then we start planning convention pretty soon. So if you can believe it, my year is pretty much done as soon as it feels like it started.
Will you go back to being a U of I student then, just kind of blending in with the rest of the crowd?
That's my plan, you know, unless someone comes along and sweetens the deal, then I don't think I'd go anywhere else. If you're U of I, don't be worried. No, I'm coming back home to the University of Illinois, and I'm pretty excited.
Okay, well, we're certainly excited to have you there, but tell me what's happened in the last 7 months. You've been around the world, around the country, and you've shaken thousands of hands.
Yeah, I got to go to Japan, my first international experience, seeing agriculture there, and I mean, there's a lot of stories I could tell about that trip, but I think the neatest part was we got to meet with the future farmers of Japan in the kind of late 40s, early 50s, as Japan was coming out of that post-war economy. They were thinking, you know, what could get agriculture back on its feet? And a member of, I think it would have been General MacArthur's staff, said, well, I know FFA pretty well. I think this would work. And so there are future farmers of Japan chapters there, and we got to meet with them, speak with them, see their rice facilities, some of their rice processing and some of their rice paddies, and have conversations with them. So that's been a highlight. And then chapter visits throughout the country, you know, whether that's North Carolina, whether that's Utah, Washington, Massachusetts. I've gotten to see how FFA looks different everywhere, and even though there are differences, you know, obviously in geography, but in the way that a state runs and some of the, I guess, culture that you'd say that you have there, what's nice to see is that everywhere you are, even though the context of agriculture changes a little bit, you know, the heart of our organization is still the same. We obviously have a great relationship with everyone in agriculture, with USDA, but sometimes we can forget that what allows FFA to function is really a lot of that career and technical education funding, that Perkins funding. And so that's important for us to be out in DC, continue to form those relationships just so our classrooms across the country can continue to function.
Is that under threat because of the White House wanting to dismantle the Department of Education then? You
know, under threat, when we were out there, it sounds like Perkins funding for at least right now is stable, but as we look to the future, it continues to be really important that we stress that workforce development is education, because sometimes we get those two things twisted. But what we're doing in classrooms and what we're doing when we're developing the workforce is setting up the next generation of leaders.
He's a phenomenal individual. 4th National FFA President from Illinois. Great leader, very down to earth. Just a delightful young man.
Stu, thank you so much.
You bet.
We'll see you on Thursday.